To find out just how the fashion industry and its designers have been impacted by the pandemic, we're joined by fashion designer Sonia Au Yeung in Deal, UK. Thanks so much for speaking to us, Sonia. You know, what's unique about your industry in this coronavirus context is that your work goes according to seasons. You know, between 2 and 4 collections a year are released, and this outbreak really means that so far an entire season has basically been lost. What does that mean for designers like you and those distributors?
It's a bit of a major disaster, quite frankly, because we have not been able to sell our goods. So everybody's impacted on, from myself, so no income coming in, to the shops because I got no customers, and the factories as well, who sort of like, with a sudden lockdown, no warning, a lot of the times they are sort of like stuck in the middle of production and not being able to deliver stuff. So we're all sort of like,
right,
in a bit of a disaster.
I mean, you were supposed to have released effectively your spring-summer collection by this time, right? What have you done with that? Because now, I mean, the season's going to change again.
Well, yes, because we've got some of it made, but we can't get it out, so it's stuck in the factory, doing nothing. And if the lockdown sort of stops pretty soon, there may be a chance that we can sort of sell that at discount cost, but we might still be able to sell it. But if it goes on for any longer, we know we can't sell sort of summer stock in the middle of winter. So it's not good.
Right, and I mean, looking forward to when maybe you can start selling again, major producers are also going to have tons of stock that is kind of piled up and didn't actually get to market. So they'll probably just dump it on the market, bringing the price really down for everybody.
Yes, that is the danger. And I think a lot of us will be looking at taking a massive hit this season, because it's I can't see any way out, because otherwise you can't sit on dead stock. That stock means nothing. So in order to sort of like do something, you just have to cut your costs and try and get some of it back. And things that we haven't started making, if you got the fabric, keep it as a fabric and not make it until maybe next year, next spring summer, because you can't use spring summer fabrics to make winter stock.
Right, and so many of you, I mean, in the UK and Europe, there are some protections, some, I say, but, for freelancers like yourself, really, that are independent, and for your counterparts in the United States, can the government even help?
No, at the moment, no. Because of the criteria whereby the government will help you. I think if you're an employee in this country, you will get some help from the government, because the government are paying 80% of the wages, which is a great help. But for some of us, so freelancers and things like that, it's a funny category. They don't know where to put us. You have to prove income for the last 3 years, and and all the rest of it. And sometimes when some people are sort of just setting up or in a process of doing a great deal with sort of a retailer or something, and it hasn't quite come through, the income, you can't prove that income. So you're left stuck with not getting anything.
Right, and let's talk a little bit about, those who actually produce your designs, those factory workers. You happen to use factories in China, and even before the lockdown started in the UK, you were facing big problems trying to get your products produced or out of China. And now, so talk about your experience there, and also what you fear for the factory workers in these developing countries.
Well, they sort of like rely on, factory workers are reliant on getting work every week, every day. And if that dries up and factories go under, there is no safety net. And I really fear for them, because, it's a big industry, big global industry. And I actually get quite a lot of my stock now made in the UK, and have been for a couple of years. And the problem we face here is it's not so much the workers, because we've got them here, but, our raw materials still come from China, and from a lot of it from abroad. And with the lockdown, we haven't been able to get anything, so we haven't been able to finish production or even get on to production, because we're waiting for the components. So that's a massive impact as well.
It's going to be quite a recovery. for so many people. Okay, Sonia, thank you so much for joining us there. We appreciate it.